South Dakota voters are set once again to vote on legalizing recreational marijuana in November. A similar measure passed fairly easily back in 2020. But according to a recent poll, a well more organized opposition means the effort may not be a shoo-in. State House reporter Austin Goss has an election 2022 update from our peer newsroom.
South Dakota voters passed recreational marijuana with 54% of the vote in 2020. However, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a lock to pass again in 2022. The newest ballot initiative, Initiative Measure 27, will face a more organized opposition than it did in 2020. Protecting South Dakota Kids, led by Jim Kenyon of Rapid City, has organized to oppose legalization. State Representative Fred Deutsch is the treasurer for the organization.
People have come out of the woodwork on this issue, and there's just a lot of concern about what it'll do to our state. And I think more lessons learned, really. Looking elsewhere, does South Dakota want to become Colorado, or do we want to be South Dakota?
They point to a poll conducted by South Dakota News Watch, which suggests that recreational marijuana is not supported by a majority of South Dakotans right now. The poll says only 44% of respondents support passage, compared to the 54% who voted to pass it in 2020. Matthew Schweik, who's leading the South Dakota campaign to pass IM 27, says he has never seen support for marijuana so drastically decline in any state.
I've never seen support for legalization drop 10 points in a state in 2 years. I've never seen it drop really at all. Maybe a point here or there in the midst of a campaign, but a 10-point drop is completely unprecedented.
Regardless of poll numbers, midterm elections elicit lower turnouts than a general election, meaning that anything could go this year.
South Dakotans just have to make a decision. What's more important to you? Is it more important to you to have access to weed, to have a good time? Or is it more important to you to protect your children, your families, and your communities?
There are some people who saw the Amendment A ruling and they throw their hands up and they want to say, I'm done with politics. But the vast majority of people who support cannabis reform in South Dakota, they see that ruling and they're angered by it and they're motivated to work hard. So the ruling is giving people a reason to get involved in this campaign.
In Pierre, Austin Goss, Dakota News Now.